If you have $1,000 right now, these are the top 4 investments you can buy for 2022. Hi, I'm Kevin Castaneda, and this is Kevin's Mindset. And today we're going to be talking about those 4 stocks that can drive huge returns for you in 2022. I don't want to waste more of your time, so if you enjoy this video, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe, and let's just head straight into this video. Okay, so starting off, we have Affirm. Affirm has huge deals with many companies. Now, if you don't know what Affirm is, I've talked about it in many of my videos, and it's a buy now, pay later company. Essentially, you as a consumer go in, you want to buy, let's say, a MacBook, and they offer you to buy your MacBook in a set of installments. They offer you no interest rate in certain plans, and then they give this interest rate to the producer, like let's say Amazon, Walmart, Target. They have huge deals with all of these big e-commerce platforms and just big brands. And so let's say Amazon pays the, let's say, 8% interest rate, and then you as a consumer get the product at a 0% interest rate. So you get the benefit of owning this product and just paying it in installments and paying it with no interest. Well, Affirm makes a bunch of money off of the interest rate that you're not paying, and then the company gets a sale like Amazon, Target, or Walmart, and they pay that interest rate to Affirm. So it's a win-win for everybody. I think it's going to be huge in 2022. I think people are going to continue to spend, even though they look back and they're like, wow, I spent a lot of money in New Year's, or I spent a lot of money for Christmas or Black Friday or whatever it is. I still think that consumers are going to continue to spend, and I think with our economy kind of growing as it is now, I think consumers are still going to spend. And even though there's inflation and there's a risk of interest rates and all these things that are going on in our economy, I don't doubt that consumers are going to continue to spend in 2022 and that this will be a growing amount of expenses. So that's stock number 1 that I'm really excited for, Affirm, ticker symbol AFFRM. Something like that. And then, okay, moving on to stock number 2, it's Meta, or Facebook. And Facebook changed its ticker symbol to Meta recently, honestly. And I think that Meta is a great investment for 2022. They're a huge company and they have a decent amount of cash flow. They're established, they're one of the big techs, and they have a lot of people already on their platforms. This makes me very bullish for them because them having so many people on their platforms already allows them to command a kind of huge audience. So they say something and a lot of people hear about it. It's all over the news, and anything that they do is broadly distributed over everybody, and everyone knows. So I see Meta being kind of the huge player in the metaverse, and that's kind of my biggest thing for them. I see them using their cash flow and having their decent amount of cash flow or cash that they have on hand, and their branding. And I know that a lot of people don't like Facebook because of whether it's Mark Zuckerberg or all of the bad news that comes out about them. But regardless, they continue being one of the biggest social media kind of platforms and owning all of these different companies and being kind of this giant of social media. So I see them leveraging this very well. I think Mark Zuckerberg is very intelligent, even though some people think he's a lizard or an alien or kind of this crazy person. But I see him doing a lot of good in the metaverse, and I don't think that Web 3.0 is exactly a decentralized or a completely decentralized thing. I think there's going to be a lot of kind of play for the big tech companies. So I'm really excited about Meta for the metaverse, and I think that if you go ahead and look up metaverse Facebook, if you look that up, you can see their idea of the metaverse, what they want to do, how they plan on doing it, and they're investing a lot of money to make this a reality. So I'm honestly very bullish for Meta in 2022. I see them growing their Oculus brand a lot. I see them growing their social media platforms a little bit, and I see them just kind of being the great company that they've been for a while now and have proven themselves to be. And I see them innovating, and this is great to see because a lot of the tech giants, you're seeing them and you're like, okay, what is Apple going to do? Continue to sell phones forever? I mean, yeah, it has a huge market share and people want to get a new phone all the time, but I think every single company needs to continue to innovate, and Meta's showing that they want to innovate in such a new space and innovate over the length of years that they want to do, and investing so much capital in this, it makes me very certain that they can get it done. So I'm really excited about them for 2022. Stock number 3 is Enphase. It's a solar company. They are a profitable company, but they're still growing like crazy. They're growing revenue a lot. They're growing their bottom line or net income a lot. And that makes me very bullish for the company. They're not heading towards those solar panels kind of market, even though they are in the kind of green energy market. They're heading more towards batteries and other different forms of providing solar for people. So this is really interesting for me, and providing green energy, not solar. But the idea that they're not providing solar panels is really good because solar panels take a lot of cost. Most companies that provide solar panels kind of take on a lot of risk. They have a lot of people go door to door to sell them. It's kind of a trickier business model. It's harder to explain to your customer why they want to get it. A lot of customers, it doesn't make sense for them, or they've heard from their friends that it's a scam, or whatever it is. They kind of have a bad rap at this point, and it's not really worth it for a lot of people to get solar panels. So I see Enphase kind of being the leader in the next few years. I see it being the leader in all of the green energy, and I see them doing really, really great. There's if you look at their stock, which I didn't talk about the first two stock, but I started buying Enphase in the 140s, and then I sold when it hit about 270, something along those lines, and I like that return. And then now I bought it back again at 179, and I'm really excited to own Enphase again. I think it's a great company. I liked it for the long term, but when it reached those all-time highs and I saw a lot of kind of indicators in the market, I decided to pull out, and I was honestly pretty happy with that. But now I'm looking at this company and I'm like, okay, I got them at a really great price again. I built my position even larger than it was last time, and I'm really excited for the future with them. And this time I'm ready to hold all the way through and hold for a long period of time. I think Enphase is, as I said, is going to be a leader in the kind of green energy segment, and I see them doing a lot of good. So I'm really excited about them. I think that they're going to be a great company in the long term. I like their management team. I like their planning. And if you read their kind of Q3, Q4, if you read all of these different earnings reports, you get to see a lot of insights about the company. So I would definitely recommend going to read all of these companies' quarterly financials and kind of their statements and everything. You read their 10Ks from 2020, and you'll learn a lot about these companies. So I think that's a great way to start. Don't just listen to this advice blindly. Okay, so that's Enphase, and now we're going to move on to our last and fourth stock, Nvidia. Now, Nvidia's had a crazy year. It's pretty much known for its semiconductor kind of space. It's kind of the big giant aside from AMD, and I think there's still a lot of opportunity left in Nvidia. I think that they're shaping themselves to be one of the big tech giants. They're at about a 700 something billion dollar market cap right now, which, you know, it's a pretty large company already, but I see them hitting $1 trillion in 2022 and growing even more than that because I see them continuing to have obviously the semiconductors, which is a huge part of their business. They're big on gaming. They're big on the omniverse now and kind of the metaverse as a whole. They're big on blockchain. They're big on all these different things. They're big on AI. They're big on EVs. They're big on a lot of different things, and those are all really exciting business models for me. And having Nvidia, I think, is a staple for my portfolio, and I think it could be a staple for yours as well. They're a profitable company. They've benefited a lot from the chip shortage. They're becoming a tech giant, and they're kind of becoming an early player in the metaverse. And the way that they're doing is by developing something called the Omniverse. Their idea is to have a metaverse, but have it more useful now, because the idea of the like broad metaverse and Web 3.0 is to have a lot of contracts under the blockchain and to be able to like play games with your friends and meet people and do all these different things in the metaverse and basically have a whole life on the metaverse, which is really exciting. And I think it's going to be a large part of our future. Some people agree, some people don't. I personally do. And that's not the thing though that's going on right now. Right now, Nvidia is being really smart, and they're realizing, okay, we can make some money off of this in the early game, and we don't have to build this out forever. So what they're going to do is they're essentially taking out the metaverse, but for engineers. So they're going to have this as a product for engineers to go ahead and design products, whether it's cars, whether it's some machine, whatever it is. You can go on there and you can design something in the Omniverse. It's easier for you to see. You can make measurements really good. You can do all your work in the Omniverse. And I think that's really intelligent, because if they build up clientele there and they have a proof of concept and just have a lot more growth in this segment, they can then leverage that, have the people who are already using the Omniverse, and then build out in the actual metaverse and have a much bigger play in the whole metaverse. So I see that as a really intelligent strategy. They are also trying to acquire ARM, which is a pretty big acquisition and is a bit controversial. I could throw up an article here if you want. You could go read that. But I think that Nvidia is a great company. I think they're posed great for growth, and I think that they're going to be a great company in 2022, the same way they were in 2021. I don't see the same growth we saw in 2021, obviously, or 2020, but I still see them doing pretty well in 2022, and I'm excited for them long term. Thank you so much for watching this. Let me know if there's any stocks I missed. And if you have $1,000, here's some ideas that potentially you can invest in. This is not financial advice, nor my financial advisor, but these are 4 stocks that I love and I own personally in my portfolio and I'm really bullish on. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear it. Go ahead and smash the like button if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you do want to watch more of my content in the future. See you in the next one. This was Kev's Mindset. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you.